Hey everybody, happy Mother's Day. Uh, you guys are going to see this after it's going to be after Mother's Day, but technically it's Mother's Day. So I'm filming this Mother's Day evening, and you know dwelt a lot on first, and obviously this is our first Mother's Day without Jen, and the day was dope. Um, the day was dope. I think me and the girls definitely. We did some things that we would normally do. Um, I think, Jen was here, Jen would sleep. And, she would be resting and we probably would have went out the way we did. And we went out and we did what we did and um paid our respects and remembered Jen in a way that I think was fitting, to say the least. But again, I thought about first, and there's been a lot of first times, and each situation, the first means or hits a little different. Um, I talked in one of the earlier videos about the first time I slept in my house, like with nobody there, it was just me and the girls. And from then, just looking about the last, X months, there's been a slew of firsts that we've gone through, and it was Thanksgiving. We went on a trip locally with family. Then we went to Antigua, Christmas, New Year's, my birthday, Sarai's birthday, now Mother's Day. And I think the angst um, going into every single one of them was the same. What is it going to be like? What are the girls going to think? What do we do? How do I do? How do I pay respects to Jen? How do I, um, how do we make sure that how do I make sure that, the kids aren't, um, how do I make sure the kids are able to do everything that they would normally do? How do I make it somewhat normal for them? I think what I realized today is, and I think in every situation in all the different firsts so far that we've been through, one is that we got through it, and I think there was always laughter. There was always some element of joy. Now, the path there was tough. I'm sure my kids would be like, "You ain't look happy in the moment." But I think as I dwelt in all of those situations, there was a point where I reflected and laughed and smiled and took a deep breath. I think the other reflection is, we definitely make it harder than what it is. And we have all these thoughts about what it is, what it should be, what it shouldn't be. And I think the truth is, at the end of the day, is you'll get through it. The truth is, at the end of the day, is it is different. So no matter how much I try to mask or, make it feel normal for the girls, I think today we embraced today eh, for what today was, and God bless my kids, man. They wanted to participate in everything going on at church and doing everything that existed that would have remembered. And so, as parents, you want to shield, you want to hide, you want to prevent them from feeling any type of pain. My girls were like, "Yo, I want to do this." There were some things that, you know, we didn't do, because it might have been too heavy, but that's okay, you know. Um, it's okay to make things light. Um, and I think today we just let today happen and let today flow. And I think that would be my recommendation to anybody who is dealing with anything like this or going through something is that embrace your first, embrace them. The consistent piece, and you guys hear me talk about faith all the time, is I go into each first prayed up. I go into each first faith up. I have to speak the word because there's anxiousness all over my mind, right? Like my mind is filled with anxiousness. It's hard not to, right? I got four other people that I'm thinking about in addition to myself. And so any little thing that I do or don't do could, you know, trip any one of us up. And so I'm filled with anxious, or my mind is filled with anxious. So I have to be, um, in prayer, or have my mental focus and fixed on things of God, because listen, His Word says, even in situations where we're anxious, it says that we should pray. It says that we should pray. It says that we should commit these things to Him, and at the end of the day, it says that His peace in those moments, and when we're in those moments, transcends all understanding. And so, my constant prayer in those times of anxiousness is I commit these first to God and pray that peace comes. I'm not just saying this. Listen, you can come chill with me the next time before this for 24 hours and you'll see. Um, and you know, I'm thankful for that. Because it definitely helps my mental. Otherwise, I'd be probably depressed, frustrated, um, and my kids would probably, be wondering what the hell's going on with this guy. And so, I'm grateful that I have that tool, that I have the ability, and the wherewithal to be able to do that. It's been really, really beneficial for me. Really, really beneficial for me. And so, yeah, listen, embrace the faith, the first. Um, it's dope. The feelings that you have within them. I remember, and um, I wrote something when I was in Antigua, and I remember on the plane just being in so much peace. And Antigua was special because it was like for me especially. I'm curious what me and the girls haven't really talked much about this per se, but Antigua was special because it was like, leaving, getting on the plane, and um, just getting out and being able to do that with the girls was important for me to be able to say like, all right, I can like do a little bit of this. I can navigate this a little bit. I can function. We can make it, not die. And I can make sure everybody's straight. Um, so it was important for me to just like kind of check that box and do it. But I think the anticipation of just what all it entailed, right? Like the ability, like just to on our way there, I felt good. On the way coming back, I felt good. On the way going, it was like the excitement. On the way coming back, it was the relief. And um, in each situation of a first, you can go back and probably look into certain things of how, um, either whether it was God spoke to you, or just the joy that you could find in each first. And so take time in the moments and smile, take time in the moments and laugh. I'll wrap up with this today. That moment was dinner time, and uh, um, the girls, well, Eve wanted me to make dinner tonight. So I made steak, um, which probably would have been been made, and that's her favorite anyway. Eve, that is. And so she asked me to make steak. Nonetheless, making the steak, and um, Z was downstairs, and Z just looked at me. Music was on. Sarai's in the kitchen. I'm feeding Sarai, running around feeding Sarai, cooking, and Z looks at me, and we both just smile. And at that moment was like, man, um, this is dope. And it's like, wait, this is dope. Yeah, this is dope. Just things just felt good at that moment. As weird as it sounds, but it was dope. I was filled with gratitude. I think I was worshiping. I was listening to I forget which song. Um, and was just it was Maverick City, I believe. It was just in the moment and praising. And when we connected, looked at each other, smiled. Um, it was just yeah, it was everything at that moment. So appreciate it. Like I said, embrace the first, y'all. Again, to all the mothers out there, really, really do appreciate you guys and all that you do. God bless y'all. Talk to y'all later. Take care.